Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my Career Design Studios live stream. And today I want to talk about how to explore and identify the different careers out there that might be a good fit for you. And this is actually the place that most people start. They need a job, they are wanting to move out of the job that they're currently in. And so they'll just kind of look in job postings and see what's out there. And what career designers do is come to this stage in the middle. And because you want to first focus on who are you, what are your strengths, and what kind of life do you want to live? What kind of contribution do you want to make in the world? And so you want to start with yourself. So for most people, when they're thinking about a career transition or finding a job, they'll ask themselves basically three questions. Can I do it? How much money can I make doing this? And does it sound interesting? And although those aren't bad questions to ask, and those need to be a part of kind of the decision-making process, those aren't the questions I want you to start with. I want you to start with, does this job fit me? Will I be happy doing it? Does it support the kind of life that I want to live? And does this job primarily utilize my strengths and minimize the time that I spend on things that I find frustrating or tedious or unpleasant? In a nutshell, is this job a good fit for me? And so by doing all the work in my career design studio, by doing the raw materials section, where you understand who you are, what you want out of life, what you want out of a job, then you can start looking at jobs to see how well they match those specific criteria, who you are and what you want. And so once you've got clarity about what you want, then often job titles will come up for you and you'll have some ideas. Oh yeah, I've thought about this and this sounds good. These are the kinds of things I wanted to do as a kid. And one of my friends is doing this and it sounds like it would be a really good fit for me. But also there are thousands of jobs out there. And new types of jobs are being created depending on the market needs, growing technology. And so how do you explore those kinds of jobs that you might not have any experience or exposure to? So we want to start with what my career design studio offers. And so basically, my career design studio is connected and uses the data from the United States Department of Labor and another government website called ONET. And so before we get into there, let's just take a look at my career design studio. And so this person has gone through the raw materials section and has now moved into the napkin sketch, has prioritized what are the aspects that are the best fit for me. And once you've done that, then you can do a little bit of exploration. And so my career design studio takes the data that you have provided and that you've prioritized, that you have said is important to me, and then coordinating with government data, then you've got a list of jobs that are a good fit, that have a lot of your have to haves, and possibly some of your nice to have and icing on the cake. Now, this isn't going to be a one-on-one fit, because the data that is used in the government doesn't necessarily focus on what's most important to you. And that's why you need to do a little bit of thinking and deciding ahead of time. And sometimes by exploring, you're not going to be able to tell if this would actually be a good fit for you. And that's when you'd want to start talking to people who are doing those kinds of jobs, so that you can ask questions based on your career design priorities, to ask things like, is this support a flexible schedule? Or, how many hours a day are you doing X, Y, and Z? So that's where this journey is going to take you next. But first, let's just start with my exploration. So not all of these are necessarily going to be your best fit. And, but this, again, these are the challenges with any type of system that is simply based on data, because it just is not going to be able to ask you certain questions like, do you want to deal with dead bodies? And so, so you might have the skill set and the strengths and the personality to be a mortician, but you might not have the interest in that particular area of career paths. And so it's useful to just take this with a grain of salt. It's just narrowed down the ones that with their algorithms and their data seem to fit what you have selected as important to you. And so you can take a first pass like this person has done and just said, okay, out of all of these things, there are 3 that from first glance seem like they might be good for me. And so you can just check those off. But what I also want you to do is to take advantage of this opportunity to look at things that you might not know anything about. And so I think that, so let's just take a look at recreation workers. I don't necessarily know what that means. And so if you click on that link, then you go to ONET Online, which gives a lot of information about these kinds of jobs. And so you've got a summary: conduct recreation activities with groups and public, private, or volunteer agency or recreation facilities, arts and crafts, sports, games, music, dramatics, social recreation, camping, hobbies, and I'm taking into the needs and interests of individual members. Okay, so this is someone who basically organizes play for a living. So if this is something that is interesting to you, then you want to take a look at some of the other job titles. So, so when you are looking for jobs, so if you decide this is something that you want to do, then you don't want to necessarily search for recreation worker as much as activities assistant, activities director, coordinator, recreation assistant, all of these kinds of things. So in order to know if this is a good job for you, you want to take a look at the types of tasks. And so it organizes it by the top tasks in each section. And then you can certainly expand this and get an idea of all the different things that this person most likely is going to do. So as you're reading these, are these things that would be easy for you to do, would be enjoyable for you to do? And does it fit who you are? So we can look at the tasks, the technology skills, the kind of knowledge that's important for you to have, the types of skills. And again, these are fairly generic skills. So for example, looking at this, if you are going to be a recreational worker at a gymnastics facility, for example, this isn't going to have you, it's not going to say, you know, have an in-depth understanding and skill set in gymnastics. So these are much more general. And so looking at job advertisements are a way to kind of get some of the more specific skill set that might be interesting to you. Okay, so we've got the skills, we've got the abilities, work activities, detailed work activities, context. And so again, having an understanding, is this the type of work that you want to do? So 47% said that there is a lot of freedom in this type of work. So then education, interest. So you might recognize this from my career design studio. This would be under my interest results. And so here the person is social, entrepreneurial, and artistic, social, enterprising, and artistic. So from the interest, this is a good fit, which is why this came up, right? Another thing that is really useful here is related occupations. So if this sounds interesting, and you want to see what else you might find interesting or a good fit for you, then you can take a look and see some related types of jobs. So basically, the career exploration is exactly that. It is identifying the things that seem most interesting to you and then following that, your curiosity. And so from here, you might think, oh, and one other thing to say about O-Net is that it's got these little suns. So if these are fields that are growing, so social and human service assistants, coaches and scouts, recreational therapists, first line supervisors of personal service workers, and residential advisors, these are all occupations that also might be a good fit for you that you can then click on and explore. And so I mentioned that if you're looking, you know, to kind of see what specific skills might be needed, Indeed.com is a really good place to get that information. And so, for example, let's say that, let's just do a quick search for recreation coordinator. And Indeed is going to search for just about everything that's out there kind of within a specific area. And so you can change this to something that is obviously closer to you. You can also search, expand that search. You can look for shift in schedules. So Indeed gives you an idea of the different kinds of things that are important to you. And so again, you can take a look at the salary estimates and say, all right, I'm interested in everything that's over 55,000, and then just get an idea. So we've got let's see, outdoor recreation planner at the U.S. Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. And so here is your your job description. And so you're in the Washington, D.C. office. So let's get down to duties. Analyze information on recreation and land use resources, and service project coordinator. So, so basically, then you've got an idea of, is this something that is a good fit for you? So I think that this is a really good way to get started in your own personal research. And I also think that internet research can only take you so far. You have to make sure that you're searching for the right things, and you don't know what you don't know. So in addition to looking to see what the internet gives you, I also really want to encourage you to talk to people. And to, now that you know what your priorities are, you can go to people that you trust who have an expansive view of the working world and say, these are the things that are important to me. What kind of jobs would you recommend that are a good fit for me? So people are one of the best resources to help you identify something that you might not know about. You might talk to people in industries that you're interested in and see if they can give you some idea of the kinds of job titles that would be a good fit for you. And so the internet is a good place to start. And really what you're looking for is kind of that best fit for you. And then from there, you can start devising your strategy to get a job in that specific area, doing those things that you are most excited to do. So please let me know if you have any questions about this. And until next week, happy career designing.